Welcome everybody. Good to see you here. I'm Coach Mark McNulty with ActionCOACH Bluegrass. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we're talking about ServiceRICH, which is creating satisfied customers that do the selling for you. That's what all about customer service is making your clients so happy that they do the work for you. So let's go ahead and start here. All right, so do your customers leave feeling, question for you, do they leave feeling satisfaction or delight? Because what customers want is satisfaction. But what they talk about is when they get more than they expected. We call that giving them delight. So your customer service experience needs to be set up so that you are giving your customers more than what they expected, more than what they thought they paid for, and so that they can go off and talk about it and tell everybody and basically sell you, do the selling for you to their friends and family in their contact sphere. So let's talk about how we do that. So what are some ways you can give customers more than they expect? So if you want to open up your chat box in your control panel, what are some ways to, you should get a little blinking from me now. So what are some of the ways that you can give more than they expect to your customers? Any thoughts? Free gifts. So we give welcome gifts that when our clients start, they get a binder, they get a book, they get a pen, they get some other things, and they get gifts from it. They get basically a little membership booklet from us and a book to get them started on their journey towards growing their business. Remembering their birthdays, anniversaries, sending them cards, sending them a little gift, sending them a cake on their birthday. Lots of little things you can do to give customers more than they expect. Great. So good customer service is being proactive. It's thinking ahead, and it's avoiding problems, it's preventing problems. It's not waiting until we have a problem to start taking care of your customers. It's taking care of them from the very beginning. One of the things that ActionCOACH prides itself on is its customer service and its Net Promoter Score, which is basically what percentage of people will highly recommend you to somebody else. 10 out of 11 of our clients here in Louisville have said they would go ahead and were very likely to refer us to their business owning friends. And it's because we're proactive with our service. We don't wait till there's a challenge with their program. We over deliver every single week from the first moment we contact with them, which is when customer service starts at first contact. It's not once they buy a sale, it's even before that. It's all the little touches we do, the follow-ups, the connections. Just like with this webinar, you got reminders. It was easy to register for. You got reminders. You got a reminder today to come on and join us. So that's ways to be proactive with your customer service. So you have to keep getting better. You have to innovate. And a lot of people say you have to learn to start thinking outside the box. One challenge with thinking outside the box is that when we get outside of our box, which our comfort zone, we've got 1 foot outside the box, 1 foot in the box, we spend a lot of energy trying to get back inside the box. So to innovate and have it really stick and with the long term and really have an impact on both your business and your customers, you need to get a bigger box. So don't just start thinking outside the box. While you're getting outside the box, throw away your old box, get a bigger one so that you can keep innovating and keep innovating and keep innovating. So we're going to do a little exercise here real quick so that you can see what thinking outside the box looks like. So what I want you to do is, with a pen or pencil and a piece of paper, I want you to draw these 9 dots in that square. And then I want you to draw 4 lines, 4 straight lines without picking up your pen or pencil off the piece of paper. So I give you about 1 minute for it. "30 seconds. How can you draw 4 straight lines without picking up your pen?" Remember, the theme here is thinking outside the box. All right, who thinks they got it? All right, Liz does, Thomas does, great. So let's take a look at what that looks like. First line. Second line. Third line and fourth line. So be able to draw 4 straight lines connecting the dots without picking your pen up off the paper required going outside the box. So many people see those 9 dots and think, oh, I can't leave this space. But to solve the problem, you need to go outside the space. So good job for everybody who figured that out. The other thing is that you have to, and it's why we want to make that bigger box instead of just thinking outside the box and keep getting a bigger box again and again and again, is because customers will always expect you to get better. You can't ever stop innovating. Whatever is extra today is expected tomorrow. And so you have to constantly be innovating to be a great customer service provider, because they'll always expect you to get better. So then, what are your moments of truth? When are times when it really counts, when it really, really matters? Really, really matters a lot to impress with your service. I want you to stop and think in your business. What are your moments of truth? When does it really, really matter? In our business, it's the first time we sit down and talk with them, because that's our opportunity to educate them. So that first meeting, it's a chance to educate, it's a chance to listen and start the relationship and listen to them, learn what their challenges are. That's a moment of truth. When your customer brings a problem to you, that's a moment of truth. Anytime they bring a problem to you, part of it is they want their problem solved, but the other part of it is it's a test. And they're testing you, just how good of a service provider are you? How much do you really care about your customers? How much do you really care about a relationship versus am I just a transaction for you? So you got to think about, what are those moments of truth in your business? What are the different points in your sales process, your after sales process, and in your process of delivering your product or service? Those are your moments of truth when it really, really matters to impress. That's why being proactive is so important. So I want you to take a couple minutes here and just write down, make a quick list of as many moments of truth in your business as you can. We've already talked about some. Just think about your business. What are the moments of truth in your business when it really matters? All right, so let's talk about when people leave. And this has got a lot to do with customer service. People leave. Here are the reasons people leave. 1% leave because they die. 3% move away out of your service area. 5% buy from a friend. 9% gets sold by a competitor. Somebody comes in, undercuts you. 14% because of somebody has a competing product or a better product at a better price. But 68%, that's right, 68% leave because of perceived indifference. They think you don't care whether they stay or not, and they think it doesn't matter whether they stay or not. And that's something that you have direct control over. But 68% leave because they think it doesn't matter, that they don't matter to you. So what can you do about that? What can you do about that impression that your customers have, the ones that don't come back, that you just don't care, or that it just didn't matter? They felt it didn't matter to you whether they came back or not. We all know situations where we haven't gone back to somebody because we thought we didn't matter, that they didn't care. Sure, they wanted our money, they wanted our transaction, but they weren't interested in having a relationship with us. And that's what customer service is all about, is starting and managing a relationship with your customers. So winning customer service is a combination of consistency and easy to buy. If you're not easy to buy from, especially in today's day and age where you can sit on the couch and do all your Christmas shopping, sitting in your comfortable jammies or your sweats and t-shirt or whatever you're comfortable on your couch, and you can do all your Christmas shopping. Because it's easy to buy. So what is it that you do to be consistent and easy to buy from? And when you combine those two, that's the real wow factor. So consistency is really important. And because if we're great sometimes and only just pretty good other times, what happens is people think, they're slipping. That first time I interacted with them, they were awesome. But every subsequent time, they were just okay. So are they just selling me, or are they slipping? Or, has somebody important left them? Or do I just not matter to them anymore? It goes back to that perceived indifference. And you got to be easy to buy from. You got to make it simple. If people nowadays just don't want to think about and do the work to figure out, how do I buy from this person? So you've got to make it really, really easy. And those two combined together is how you create wow. So what is it in your business that gives your customers a feeling of consistency? What can you do to be consistent? Do you have systems? Do you have a follow-up system? My clients that are service providers, we always have a follow-up system. Make sure everything okay. Work with a dental practice, does implants and surgeries. They have a follow-up system that either the doctor or the tech in the room during their procedure calls the patient at night to see how they're doing. See what their pain levels are at. See if they have any questions. We do that consistently. When you do that consistently, then everybody knows you care. So you make it a system. You make it just a standard. Here is how we work. Here is how we care for our customers. So systemizing those touches give your customers that feeling of consistency, which is all important. And then what can you do to make your customers feel that it's easy to buy from you? If it's online, do you have a shopping cart? Is it easy to find? Is it easy to click? Is it easy to pay? Do you have really complicated 20-page contracts, or do you have little one-page agreements? Do you have somebody if you're a retailer, do you have somebody at the cash register ready to check them out, who's not playing on their phone and making you wait while they finish playing Candy Crush or whatever game they're playing on their phone. I've walked out of businesses personally where I went up to the counter and the woman behind the counter was simply not ready to take my money. She was going to make me wait because she was texting on her phone with somebody. So I walked out. She did not make it easy to buy. She did not make it pleasant to buy. And she was, although she had consistency down because it was consistently bad because she did that. I went back to that store and just watched, and she treated everybody that way. So what is it you can do to make your customers feel it's easy to buy? You should have 5 to 7 things that you can do to make it easy to buy. And then what can you do to give your business the wow factor? How do you combine that consistency, the easy to buy to make wow? What do you do to make people feel like this was amazing service? This is a business I want to tell everybody about. It's all about creating wow. You should have 3 to 5 ideas for how you can create a wow by combining consistency and easy to buy. So now let's talk about the ladder of loyalty. This is how we build loyal customers and build customer service, step by step. First step on that ladder, the first rung, is there a suspect? And someone's simply a suspect if they fit your target market. Your target market is your demographic. It's who, what, where are they, what do they want to buy. Those are all the suspects, people you want to market to. The more specific your target market, the better. So that's that first rung. They're just a suspect. They're just somebody you could sell to. So now we want to market to them, get in contact with them, and get them up one rung in that ladder of loyalty. So now that they're a prospect, you've helped them take some action to collect their details. You've driven them to your website. Well, they signed up for a newsletter. They came into your store and filled out the little slip that says, I want to be in the, in the birthday club, or the bourbon club, or the wine of the day club, or the free lunch drawings of the week. They've taken an action and provided you with some details, some contact information. Anytime I say details, I mean contact information, so that you can reach out and contact them some way. It's a name, it's a phone number, or an email address, or all the above. Now they're a prospect because they have taken an action to show a level of interest in what you do. And when they leave their name and their email address, they know darn well what you're planning on doing with it. And if they didn't want to hear from you, they wouldn't have given it to you. So they're now a prospect. They have shown some interest by taking an action. The next is getting them to become a shopper. And they're a shopper if they buy something for the first time and you confirm that you have their details correctly. The phone number, we ask for names, phone numbers, email addresses, anything and everything that we can collect so that we know, yep, we had their information correct. Now they're a shopper, but all they have done is one transaction. We still have to be a great service provider to get them to come back. So now, that ladder of loyalty, we want to take them from being a shopper to a customer. And they're a customer if they come back and buy a second time. Now they're your customer. They were just a shopper that first time, and that first time you had to wow them a little bit and give them enough reason to come back a second time. And when people come back to your place of business a second time, they have a 60 to 70% chance of buying from you again when they come back. they are significantly easier to sell to than a prospect. Because once they're a shopper, they've had a transaction with you, they've started a relationship, and you've had a chance to build some rapport with them and make sure they have a good experience, which raises the likelihood that when they come back the second time that they're going to buy again. So once they've bought a second time, now they're beyond just being a shopper or a transaction. You are now building a relationship with them. They are now your customer, and you are their supplier, vendor, source of whatever it is you do. You are now theirs to them. They now view that the same way. Now, once we have them as customers, which means they've bought a second time, now we want to make them a member of our business. And they're a member if they have a member's kit. All kinds of businesses have these, right? Starbucks has their little Starbucks cards. Our local coffee place has one, has the same thing. Speedy Rewards for gasoline. How many of you have a Kroger rewards card, or just a rewards card for everyone? Rewards cards are a great way to make them a member. We give people, they get automatic membership, and they can come to our workshops for free once they're a client. They're a member. They get a portfolio, a pad folio, they get a pen, they get a special book that's all about their number one need. So they get their members kit with us on day one. We treat them like a member on day one and give them their members kit. So think about what could you put together to be a members kit to help your customers feel like they belong, like they're special, and they are in the club. They belong, and you've made them feel that way. So once they're a member, now we work our way up to we want to grow advocates. And someone is an advocate for you if they tell others about you. And one of the things we have to do is we have to give our clients, our customers, as many ways as possible to tell others about us. Whether it's through liking us on Facebook, sharing their purchase on Facebook, pictures on Instagram, Yelp reviews, Google reviews, Facebook reviews, all of the different social media and online media are ways that they can tell others about us. We collect testimonials. We ask clients for testimonials, both written and video. We have video testimonials of clients telling others why they should come to our events, why they should be coached by us. These are our long-term clients that we have consistently delivered for, and we've innovated for, and we've helped get great results over time. And we make it easy for them to work with us, to engage with us, to buy from us, which all adds up to that wow factor, which is what people share in their online reviews. So while you're building your customer base, you need to be also building advocates and giving them reasons, positive reasons to talk about, to share with others. Give them opportunities. Take pictures. I work with a lot of optometrists, and we will do for kids especially, that get their first pair, anyone gets their first pair of glasses or gets a new pair. We take a picture of them and ask if we can share it on our Facebook, on our social media, bragging about how awesome they look in their new pair of glasses. Then they go in and they share that with all their friends and family, so they can brag about their cool new pair of glasses, or their beautiful, their pretty new pair of glasses, or fashionable, whatever it means to them. So now they're an advocate because they're telling others about you. And they do that when you get real results, when they're truly happy and satisfied with the results of their interaction with you, whether it was a purchase of a product or purchase of a service, and you've done a great job delivering your service. But when you get real results for your customers, that's when you get advocates, because they have results they can talk about. So it's not just, yeah, I really like them, they're really nice. That's not very impressive Yelp review. It's, they helped me achieve this. I never would have been able to do this without them. Their product does this for me that I've been dying for years. So you help them get real, meaningful results that improve their life, their business, whatever it is, their situation that they were coming to you looking for help with. And they got results. They're happy with their outcomes. So now they're going to share that with others. So now we want to go get them from being an advocate to that final rung on the ladder of loyalty, the raving fan. And someone's a raving fan if they do your selling for you. This happened to me about a year ago. Somebody came in one of my workshops and was so impressed that she told one of her friends who was looking for a coach, hey, call this guy. This is who you need to be coaching you. And they did the selling for me. She knew what I did. She knew how I did it. She knew other clients I'd worked with, and she was able to basically make my sales pitch for me. And I got a call and said, hey, everybody says I need you to I need to hire you as my coach. How does that work? What do I need to do that? And so we scheduled a meeting to sit down and get started on their coaching. I didn't have to market to them. I didn't have to take them through a sales process. My raving fan teed it up for me, positioned it all for me, and sold me. And the new business owner who became a client just simply came prepared to start being coached by me. So that's how we do a raving fan. And you get raving fans in your business by giving them position and rewards. You give them loyalty. You give them special opportunities. You put them in front of others. You make them look good. You show them off. And they get awards. We do client awards every year. CEO of the year, small business of the year, medium-sized business of the year, large business of the year, employee of the year. We have all kinds of awards and statuses. And we put them up in front of a room in front of 100 other business people and let them talk about their success. We put them on a panel to share their expertise on what they figured out about leadership, about growing a team, about how to build a great culture. Because we give them status, we give them position, we give them rewards and recognition. And now they're a raving fan. They go beyond just telling others about us. They sell us. People come, their introductions are, hey, here's somebody that needs to hire you as a coach. They are, could you meet with them, help get them signed up? So what is it you can do for your raving fans? How do you make them feel special? How do you recognize them? How do you help them stand out? Because in the end, people are willing to pay extra for great service. I ask a lot of businesses, so what makes you stand out from your competitors? Why should I send people to you instead of your competitors? And a common answer is, well, we have great service. And I just want to roll my eyes. I do sigh a little sometimes, like I did there, but everybody thinks they have great service. But very few people really know what great service looks like. Because when you truly have great service, people are willing to pay extra for it. People are willing to pay more if you offer something that is truly unique and special. Because people will pay a little more for that great service, but only if it's consistent consistently great. Can't be just great sometimes. It's got to be consistent. And you've got to be easy to buy from, easy to work with, easy to interact with. Because what people will pay extra for is that wow. That wow is sometimes your product, but the part that really sticks in their minds and remembers is the service, the relationship you build with them. So any questions? Go back over those sections. You should have your to-do list of things to write about. So what is it I can do to get somebody to be from a shopper to a member? What can I have in my members kit to help people have a membership? What about position and loyalty rewards? What can you put together for that? What are your moments of truth? Put that list down and think about what kind of systems and processes do I have in place to make sure that the moments of truth go really, really well for my customers. How do I respond to problems when they come up? Because they do come up. How do I respond? So I don't see any questions, so I will wrap it up with a quote from our founder, Brad Sugars. And we can talk, we can think, words inspire, thoughts provoke, but the only thing that truly gets you closer to where you want to be is taking action. And so now it's time for you to get into action and put those things into place and go and delight your customers. Give them more than they expect. Under promise, over deliver. Great. Appreciate everybody being with us today. This is Coach Mark with Action Coach Bluegrass. We've got some upcoming workshops and programs coming. If you want to learn more about them, you can go to our website at actioncoachbluegrass.com. Go to the events page, and we have our Growth Club 90-day planning workshop coming up on Friday, January 10th. And we're launching a new training program in January as well called Action Club. It's going to be 7 great sessions of training that are just training in the fundamentals of what it takes to be a successful business person, business owner, and to grow a successful business. Let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to email us if you have any questions. Mark McNulty at actioncoach.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Chat with you a little bit if you need to, and do whatever it takes to help you put together your world-class, great customer service.